now the news.
Who the fuck am I supposed to trust when you always seem to change your fucking mind? All the money that never seemed to be a fucking line. You were skipping by America, the land of watching somebody kill a vibe. Looking at the walls where the lights are kinda twitchy. All my friends just started kicking while my car goes. It feels crazy trying to solve all the problems that keep breaking. Driving gas over the freeway till it all blows. Tell me how it feels out there, looking from the outside in. I wish I was where you is. All the shit that they do, yeah, whatever come through. Yeah, tired of the headlines spin, fighting over rights and skins. No one fall in love, just win. All the shit that they do, yeah, whatever come through. Tell me
how I feel to skip a payment, tweeting all these other statements, sue for copyrighted placement, get evicted on a day shift. Even Billy's gotta pay rent. Ronald isn't gonna save you, even after what he gave you. Even while they're tweeting fakes through every checker who could break through. All the robots that we made to preach until they wanna hate you.
Oh God, Ben's flipping in the Skynet, Starbucks writing out a fat check, Reddit jumping off a bad bet, going private in a protest till the moderators getting mad threats. CEO charging every app set, every API 23 cents. That's about 20 million for Apollo to swallow. They're shutting down and the others just follow. Spence had a word but like most of it hollow, blaming the app for recordings he caught almost switching his shit. Everyone look at the flick of the grip, Tucker can look at the cease and desist. People would tell me that karma a bitch and I didn't believe them till I saw the HFPA shutting down. Trump got arrested and dragged over town. Fox took an L of the ratings, oh wow. Still looking swollen than Kratos, I read you was Frango, I try to do better. Swing like an L like they Conor McGregor. A's out in Oakland, just tell him to sell it. Look at those arms, bro, I'm so jealous. I'm so tired how the rich get richer and then skip forgiveness like they Ezra Miller. Saint or sinner, heart on my sleeve, strike true like a cannon, unlike I Tell me how it feels out there, looking from the outside in. I wish I was where you is. All the shit that they do, yeah, whatever come through. Tell me how it feels out there, looking from the outside in. I wish I was where you is. All the shit that they do, yeah, whatever comes through. Tired of the headlines spin, fighting over indictments. We can fall in love, just win. All the shit that they do, yeah, whatever come through. Hey.
Hold on 1 second, I want everybody to see this. I got a standing desk now. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching Freestyle the News. If you like what you heard, please go on a cross-country road trip with that like button in New York, make a pass at it in a diner, and then when you finally get to New York, just say bye, and then 12 years later, you reconnect in a bookstore, you've been divorced, the like button is getting out of a relationship, and you're like, okay, we're just gonna be friends. You know, people in like buttons can be friends, but then after a while, the tension gets too much. You start to know too much about each other. You set up a double date, but then those people end up dating each other, and then you guys are just left being the two people odd out. And then finally, it just happens. You sleep with that like button and you're like, oh my God, I think I may have feelings for you, but you don't want to get too attached. And then it's New Year's Eve and you're alone and you realize when you want to spend the rest of your life with someone, you want the rest of your life to start happening as soon as possible. I butchered that line. And then you end up in the interviews with all the other happy couples, you and the like button. And leave a comment on your favorite bar. I'm sorry, When Harry Met Sally, amazing movie. Once again, we dropped another special report this week on LGBTQ rights. I was rightfully really fucking grumpy throughout that, but a lot of you guys seem to be liking Grumpy Zed. I'm also happy that it's giving that community a lot of visibility and love when they deserve it in this time where everybody's just talking shit. We also dropped a new episode of Let 'Em Cook, and we're also working on a new merch line, but a couple of announcements. Haven't completely decided yet, but I may take next Sunday off just because I need a little bit of a break. This last week with Evo and this game that I'm working on and all this other shit has been like, so that's just been exhausting. We're also gonna start having sponsorships. Ooh, sponsors. sponsorships. The channel is growing, really cool things are happening, and again, one of our first sponsored videos is going to be the behind the scenes video of how all of this is made. So if you love the channel, if you love seeing these Freestyle the News, please click on that video and give it some love when it drops. Also going to test out for sponsorships doing rap songs for the sponsors. So you'll get another bop, you'll get some Freestyle the News, it'll be a good time. But this week we're trying to move to a consistent schedule. It's going to be a good time, looking forward to it. Also, I posted an extra breakdown on TooSoonCrew.com. Too Soon Crew, sign up. We're planning our next live show right now and our next merch drop, but you'll get to see an extended breakdown of the LGBTQ special report, as well as this episode probably tomorrow. There's plenty of stories that happened this week, but to me, one of the biggest is Reddit. Reddit is going through one of the biggest blow-ups of all time for a social media site. Yes, I know that Twitter exists, but what's essentially happened is Reddit's CEO and co-founder, it's even worse that he was a co-founder, Steve Huffman, has decided to charge for Reddit third-party apps. That means if you use mod tools, that means Apollo, one of the most popular apps to browse Reddit, all of them are going to be charged like 23 cents or something per access or whatever. I tried to include some of the details in the wrap, but overall, it's going to cause apps like Apollo $20 million a year to just function. Apollo doesn't have $20 million a year, effectively shutting down and completely destroying those apps. It's the cease and desist through capitalism. Obviously, not a good look, so a bunch of Reddit communities decided to black out in protest of all of this. Some of the biggest Reddit communities, period, they said, hey, we're gonna have a 48-hour blackout and show that we're not happy with this. To which Steve Huffman responded, I don't give a shit. He did an AMA where he answered very selective questions and then went after the Apollo guy. Apparently the guy from Apollo had recordings of Huffman being kind of duplicitous, and then Huffman is like, you know, it's kind of fucked up that you would leak my private lies to people. I don't know about all the legality behind the recording, but I do know 100% if you are an embattled CEO and somebody leaks a recording of you doing some sus shit and your first response is, hey, that's fucked up that you leaked that, you're fucking up. Steve Huffman is like, oh, Reddit wasn't even built for third-party apps. You know, we're gonna start threatening mods to take them off because they're like fucking fiefdoms or some fucking royal metaphor that I'm not gonna fucking look up right now. And this motherfucker wants to die on this hill. This is like the weirdest hill to die on. He wants to die on this hill. And listen, this is significant because even if you don't use Reddit, Reddit is an incredibly important social media site. Most of the other sites that you like to enjoy, or memes or things that exist, a lot of them come from Reddit. Good things, bad things, it's the forum. It's what internet forums have become. Without these moderator tools, these third-party apps, bots, problematic posts, all of these issues will start to just pop up way more on Reddit. And for what? For a couple more pennies on the dollar for this fucking app that they for their main app? A lot of people are thinking this is the death of Reddit. I don't think it's going to be the immediate death of Reddit, but I do think it's the decline, and that's so fucking sad. And so yeah, that's my takeaway of it. What's your feelings on Reddit? Are you guys going to use the site afterwards? Is Steve Huffman a piece of shit? That second one's not really a question, it's a statement. The other thing we're going to talk about is Kick. Kick has recently seen a huge number of high-profile switches to its platform. Ninja, XQC, which broke after I had written this rap, otherwise I would have fucking talked about it. XQC is getting a $100 million non-exclusive contract to stream with Kick. And if you don't know about Kick, Kick is Twitch's #1 competitor. It's supposed to have a lot more creator-friendly rules, a 95 versus 5% split. Twitch is still kind of fucking around and doing stupid shit. They introduced the Partner Plus program for that 70-30 split that everybody wanted, but the rules are kind of weird on how to get it. And Kick is trying to make everything easier. Hey, come over. It's going to be better for the streaming world and everything like that. The biggest issue with Kick is its content moderation policies. There's a lot of Nazis and fucked up shit that's on Kick, along with the other stuff that would be somewhat decent. Second point, they're owned by a gambling website. There are large issues people have with gambling and how it feels like, oh, this is just a funnel to get kids really into and addicted to gambling. And then number 3, Twitch kind of owns them. Kick uses Amazon Web Services as well as a lot of back end from Twitch. If they have a problem, they gotta call up Twitch. If Twitch decides tomorrow, fuck these guys, Kick has a lot of soul searching to do. Couple quick stories. Fox put up this really fucking stupid Chyron calling Biden a wannabe dictator, and then that guy got fired. It is, by the way, like, let's stop with the argument. Fox isn't news. We all know Fox isn't news. Even Fox News viewers know Fox isn't news. It's comfort food. Comfort food that turns you racist. Speaking of comfort food that turns you racist, Twitter. Twitter got hit with like the trifecta of like, yo, you fucking suck this week. They're getting sued by music publishers for a bunch of unauthorized copyright usage, which is, by the way, if you fuck with music publishers and they're suing you, oh dude, not a good look. Because music copyright is fucking scary and you don't fuck with that shit. Ask Napster. They also have been skipping rent payments because Elon Musk is a fucking idiot and is like, I don't need to pay rent for this shithole. And so they got evicted from their Colorado offices. And even if they didn't need that office, bro, like, it looks bad. Like, I know you think you don't care about media exposure, but it's bleeding you money in terms of ad revenue. It's not a good look. And there's also this problem with Twitter, like just being a haven for deep fake porn of TikTok stars. Super fucked up. I shouldn't even have to explain why that's fucked up. And about that Ron line, DeSantis signed a bill banning direct-to-consumer sales of cars in Florida to anybody except for Tesla. I think Ron is girl bossing a little bit too close to the sun here. Look, you're already getting fucked like a pig by Disney. The more you double and triple down on like, I'm gonna be preferential to this person versus this person, it's gonna fuck you. Because while a lot of the GOP is very much on that culture war train, they're also on the train of,
why did this person get this and I didn't?
So I wish you luck, but that's not a good look, bro. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Check out Let 'Em Cook. Check out our behind the scenes video when it drops. And check out our LGBTQ special report. My name is Tabani, and I'll see y'all next week. Let's go!